Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good
Uh,
evening. Oh,
yes, so welcome to class. Last week I was, in so much pain. I had to go to the emergency room. So pretty much I was there the whole day, and so and then when I was receiving all these emails about the link, you see, if I show you the syllabus real quick, I hope now everybody got the link, but that just lets you know it was right there. So,
it wasn't the link, it was actually the outage for CCBC. It's actually posted on
okay,
it's on their
okay.
page that there's an outage.
Yeah, okay, you see, last week we pretty much very hectic for the, CCBC, the outage, stuff like that. We hope that they will be on the top of it going forward, right? I understand until right now, it's not like fixed like 100% access to the, access to the, to Simon, access to Brightspace, stuff like that, right? So, but, it is a new system. They're trying a lot of security stuff, sometimes by trying to do good, we do something not so good, right? This is what happened, basically. This is what happens, what is happening right now, even, believe it or not, my internet was not, I am in my office. And last week, I even had connection issues. I was on Zoom, but this is last semester, the whole last semester, virtually, we didn't get no problem at all. The whole spring semester, the whole fall semester. Personally, I never experienced no problem at all. So my students neither. So, but this semester, obviously we're going over some stuff. So, I'm going to introduce myself, and then I am, Dr. Abdullahi Aw. And Sarah was very kind, to cover my class, half of it last week. It was a last minute thing, I was really, really, it was the same day. By the fact, I came to the college, I did my first class, and then I had to drop, I had to go. So, but I told my students, it's not COVID, Now we forget other stuff exists also, right?
Right.
We
Are
only
you
think
feeling
about
better?
COVID, and we forget some other painful stuff do exist, And one of them got me last week. So, all right. So this is 082 class. So we're gonna spend this semester
Hi.
together. Hi. So it's gonna be once a week, which means okay, one class a week. It has a good thing. It has a bad thing, right? The good thing is, whatever material you learn, you have time to digest it, right? Because you have the whole week to digest it. But the downside of it is, if you are not on top of it, basically a week is a long, long time. You're gonna be by your business, obviously you're gonna forget about math, right? And the next time we meet again, the whole math is gone. See, that is what is not good about it. Okay, so but once a week is good for a reason. We're gonna do a lot in one day, and then we're gonna have time to digest that, right? So that is a good thing if you look at it that way. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 tests. The 3 tests we're gonna do, they're gonna be on Zoom. And when you look at the syllabus, so let me put the syllabus right here. The dates are on it, right? So the dates are on it. So nothing will be a surprise. All right, so if you go all the way here, you see, these are the days right here. So, but obviously, we are not so rigid. If you feel like we need to postpone something, we're gonna do it, okay? If you be together to do it. For the quiz, it will not be on Zoom. Okay, for the test, because our class is too long. For the test, we're gonna decide, we're gonna do the test is the first half of the class or the second half of the class. Because we cannot just, let go the whole half without doing nothing, or the semester going to be tight for us, okay? So we have to do the test. The test is 1 hour test, okay?
Mija, vete para allá, mami school.
The test is going to be 1 hour test. Because it's going to be only 1 hour test, we're going to decide together if you want it to be the first half or the second half. The advantage of doing it the first half is you don't have new material that's going to mess up your mind, okay? That is the advantage of doing it the first half, okay? But ahead of each test, I will put on Brightspace, I will put a review sheet, okay? I will put a review sheet on Brightspace that you can practice. And if you are able to practice the whole review sheet by yourself, you should be okay for the test, all right? For the quizzes now, it's gonna be something like a take-home quiz. You know, I'm gonna open it on Brightspace, right? You see, I'm gonna post it on Brightspace, not now, but if you go to Brightspace, you go here, this is your class. Oh, no, what's your class? It's right here, right? You go to Brightspace, you go to quizzes right here. I'm gonna post the quizzes right here, okay?
Okay.
When I post it, I will give you like, let's say I post it today, Tuesday, I'm gonna give you until Wednesday to complete it, okay? But once you open it, once you open the quiz, it is gonna be timed. It's gonna be like 25 minutes or 30 minutes quiz, okay? It's gonna be timed. When you finish, you have to, you see, I'm gonna give it as an assignment, by the way, as a quiz, as a timed quiz. But if you wanna submit your, your quiz, you're gonna go here. I'm gonna give you something where to submit. Okay, we're gonna practice that. We're gonna do a practice quiz. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post a practice quiz, probably, this week. Okay, and then I'm gonna leave it open for a lot of days so everybody can practice. It's not like you don't practice the math. You're gonna practice how to submit, right? That's gonna be it. So, all right. So this is gonna be about that. My open math, I think by now, most of you did go to my open math right here. If I go with my open math, if I look at the class, I think most of you are in the roster. How many people I have? I got like, okay, so 20 students. If I have 20 students in my open math, probably most of you are in my open math. This is where you should go to do the homework. And if you try to do the homework and you don't understand one question, please write to me. There is an option to write me a message. And when you write me a message, as soon as I read the message, I'm gonna answer to it, okay? So just for the practice. All right, so this is my 082. Last time Sarah told me you did 1.1, 1.2, and 1.2 was about how to graph using a table of values, right? How to graph a straight line using a table of values, the T table, basically.
So for those of us who weren't able to get in, is there any way to go through a refresher right quick? Because
yeah, of course. Thank you very much. So we're gonna go over that. So basically,
Recording in progress.
all right.
Someone's echoing like really bad.
Yeah. You can please, if you don't feel the need, if you don't feel the need to speak, you can mute yourself, so we don't have some echoes, please. Thank you very much. So basically, this will start, as you see, it's going to start with how to plot points into a system, into a rectangular system XY, right? That is, That is the key of this chapter. How to plot a point into a rectangular system, X axis and Y axis, right? So do everybody remember how to plot exactly, for instance, this point C3 negative 4. Do everybody remember how to plot it?
Yes.
Oh, so let me open up my myself right here, right? Let me put screenshot on this. Okay, so right here, if I have a particular point that I need to plot, for instance, I have the point that says the point M is a point for -3. How am I going to plot the point 4, -3? The first number 4 is called the X coordinate, right? And the second number, -3, is called the Y coordinate. You see here, this is the X axis, this is the Y axis, right? And where the 2 points meet, it is a point 0, 0, what we call the origin, okay? So now, basically, how we plot this point right here, it means I have to go, this one will tell you, do you go right or left?
Or goes to the right.
Exactly. And this one will tell you, do you go up or down?
You go down.
You go down. Thank you very much. So starting from what? Starting from what point?
The origin.
The origin. Thank you. So this one positive is right. Negative is down here. So starting from the origin, I'm gonna go 4 to the right. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. I'm here. Now, do I go back to the origin or do I keep going? Or do I continue from here?
You go back to the origin.
You see, if I go do the right, I have to do 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units. I'm here, right? To go up or down, do I go right back to the origin or do I continue from here? If you want to go up or down,
Do you continue from there?
I continue from here, right? I have to go
Yes.
down 3.
Oh,
I have to go down 3. I don't go back to the origin, right? I continue from here and I do down 3. 1, 2, 3. Where I land is my point M. Now, okay, now when you look at this scheme right here, we did right first and then down second. Does it matter which one we do first? If you go vertical first or horizontal first, does it really matter? You
Yeah,
don't
it
think so,
should.
right? Does it matter? Would that matter if you go horizontal first or vertical first? Would that matter?
I think it does matter.
I mean, let's try. Let's check it out. You see, this point we got it by doing the red line first, right? We did right first, and then we went down. Now let's do the other way. Now let's go down first, right? If you go down first now, from the origin, please, can you mute please yourself? Thank you. Yeah, I think there is some device, you know, maybe nearby that when you unmute yourself, you know, you have that. So, okay. So right here, if you go down first, from the origin, we go 3. 1, 2, 3, right? We are here. And then we go right next. From the origin, 1, 2, 3, 4. We see where we land? We land exactly at the same point, right? So which means between these two movements, going up or down, going right or left, the order does not matter, right? The order does not matter. All right, so now just to check before we move on, now how you gonna read this point right here, somebody? What are the coordinates of this point? What is X, what is Y?
Is it 4x and negative y?
No, what is, how many units? What is the number? What number is here, the X coordinate? What number is a Y coordinate? For this point right here, the green point, the green dot.
The X is the 3.
Is that 3?
Negative.
It's
-7.
Negative 3.
The X here would be how much we went left, right? From here.
-7.
From here, we went left seven units, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we went to the left 7 units. When you go to the left 7 units, the X is -7, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
the X is -7.
And the Y is 0.
0, yeah.
Okay, everybody understand the X before we move to the Y? Everybody
Yes.
understand how we get the X?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. The X is how much we went to the left to get to the point from the origin. We went 7 units to the left. So the X is -7. But here the Y here. Yes, go ahead.
Did you just pick a new number? Because the ordered pair are 4 and -3.
Oh, no,
did
we are
7
done with this one.
Okay, so we're on to a new problem.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
done with this one.
Okay.
This one is
Okay,
here.
I was
This one is
wondering where
Okay.
the 7
I
came
wa-
from.
Yeah. I was like, what?
The M is done. The M was plotted. It's done. Now I'm asking you now how to read a point. How to read the point. You see, I gave you randomly this point right here. I gave it randomly. I asked what is X, what is the Y? And the X is -7, right? You see the Y here. Did we go up or down? This point right here. Do we need to go up or down once we're here? We don't need to, right? This means the
No.
Y is 0. Okay. Every point that is straight on the x-axis, the Y is 0. Okay. Every single point that is straight on the x-axis, the Y is 0. That point right here. That point, don't rush. Do not rush. Tell me, what is X, what is Y?
8 and 0.
You said 8, right? Everybody
Yep.
count. I want everybody to confirm that is 8.
I agree.
8. It's 8.
9.
It's 8,
Okay.
it's 8, and then
Exactly. So we went right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 unit to the right. And because it's straight on the y-axis, on the x-axis, the y is 0, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So now that point now, right here. What is X? What is a Y?
X is 0.
The X is 0, right?
Mhm.
Because this point is straight on the vertical axis, right?
Mhm.
We don't need to go to the right. We don't need to go to the left, okay? So the X is 0. How much is the Y, you think?
4.
The Y is 4, 0, 4. Okay. Finally, this one right here, how much is the X? How much is the Y? This one.
0, 5.
The X is 0, right? And the Y is how much?
-5.
-5.
Because we are going
Down.
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 0, -5. All right. So in this right here, before we go to the next topic, can everybody can they tell me they know how to read a point and they know how to plot a point? If we, if you have a question, please do ask, right? Ask that before we move on to the next point, right? So that was the first topic you guys learned with Sarah. The next topic is how to plot a straight line. So for instance, we want to graph y equals 2x minus 3. We want to graph that line right there. So y equal 2x minus 3. Graph
Yep.
y equals 2x minus 3 by collecting points. Floating points. Okay, so just asking like that, this is what you call a linear equation, okay? This equation, as we're gonna see next, the graph of it, the graph of this type of equation will be a straight line, okay? It's gonna be a straight line. So we need, how many points are necessary or are sufficient? How many points are sufficient to graph a straight line? How many we need?
At least 2.
2.
You need 2, right? If you do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's just for the sake of precision. But we just need, necessarily, we just need 2 of them, right?
Mhm.
Now, any 2 points that you can have, any 2 points, there is no discrimination. Any 2 points that if they do work, they are good. But we have to be very practical, okay? We are graphing. My graph does not, my system does not extend forever, right? I'm graphing. So I've better get some good points, what we call good points, that are points that are easy to plot, okay? So here, I'm gonna do my, what you call the t-table. This is an x, this is an y. I'm gonna try to find as many points as I need, right?
Mhm.
Let's say 3 here. 3x, 3y, right? And every time I get a point, what I do, I'm gonna plot the point here. See, I can do that, so. So this is better, so. This is better, okay? So my axes are better now. So right here, again, the points I need are just what we call the good points. I need me some x, I need me some y. That's gonna verify the equation. So we have a lot of ways to do it. But one good way to do it is to choose one variable and solve for the other one. That is one good way to do them if you want to get points. I have 2 variables, x and y, that I want to get. So one of the best way to do it is to choose one of them and to solve for the other one. Okay? It doesn't matter which one you choose first. Choose one of them and solve for the other one. But according to the situations, there will always be one of them that's going to be easier to choose. Okay? Or one of them that's going to be easier to solve for. You see here, look at here. Which variable I have by itself?
-3.
What variable I have by itself? The y, right?
Yes.
I have y by itself. So common sense. If I want to solve, if I want to choose one of them, will that be more helpful for me to choose x first and get y? Or is it going to be easier to choose y first and get x? What's going to be easier for me? That's common sense.
Why?
Why?
Aye.
Y first?
Yes.
Y first? Do you agree
Yeah.
with that? Okay. If you choose y first, look, if you choose y first, you choose any value you want for y, any. But of course, nobody gonna choose y equals 17, right? I know that. You're gonna choose like a good value for y. If you choose a good value for y here, if you put y equal to 5 here, for instance, you see how many steps you have to do to get x? You have to solve for x, right?
Yes.
Now look at the other way around. If you choose y x first, what happens? What should you do? You're just gonna substitute x, right? When you
Yeah.
substitute x, you don't solve nothing, you just do calculations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always, if your equation is set up like that, it's always easier to choose the one that is not by itself. Okay? If my equation is set up like that, if I have y by itself, it's easier to choose the one that is not by itself. That easier for me. So let's say, for instance, when I choose x equal 1, this is f1. This is a choice. When I choose x equal 1, what I do to get y?
0.
Okay, so
What I do to get y? What I do?
You have to multiply?
You multiply x 1 by what? First, before I even multiply, I substitute the x with my choice, right? You see here, I chose x equal 1. What I do? I substitute, I get y equal what? 2 times
1.
the one I chose. The one I chose right here. That is my choice, right? Minus
Yeah.
3. And then I do my math. Okay? Every time you choose, this one is a choice of mine, right? Somebody else will choose another number. Somebody else chooses another number, right? But what is important is at the end of the day to get a good couple, a good x and y together. That is important, right? So now, how much is this? 2 times 1 minus 3, how much is that?
Negative
Negative
1.
negative 1.
Negative
one.
1, right? Which one we do first? We do the multiplication first, right?
Yeah.
We do 2 times 1 first. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 3 is negative 1.
1.
So
1.
what is my couple? My first couple is x is 1, y is negative,
1.
right? You see, now I go here, I do 1, I do my units, right? Every time I get a point, I plot the point. I have 1, negative 1, 1 for x, negative 1 for y. You see, I go to the right one, I go down 1, right? This is my first point. And then I go ahead, I choose another value for x. Another one, easy one, right? Don't choose x equal 20 first. I mean 25 or something like that. Just an easy x. Okay, what value for x can you choose?
2?
You said 2, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's go 2. If I choose x equal 2, that is a good choice, right? What I do to get y? I do y equal
2
2
times
times
4.
2 times 2,
2. Yeah.
I mean, minus 3.
And then minus 3.
and then minus 3. Thank you. How much is that?
1.
1.
4 minus, which is 1, right?
4 minus.
1.
Exactly. So what is my second couple? 2, 1,
2,
right?
1. Mhm.
So my x is 2, my y is 1. I go right 2 units, I go up 1 unit. This is enough to graph your line. 2 points are enough. What you do to them to get your line? You just
Connect the 2 points.
connect the 2 points. You have to go beyond the 2 points. When you connect them, don't just stop right there. You have to go beyond. All right. You see, if you got another point, it's going to be still, it will change nothing to the line we got. If you got another point here, it won't change nothing to the line we got, okay? All right, so again, you see here, these numbers 1, 2 are choices, right? If somebody else chose some other numbers, they will come up probably with some different points, right? But the answer, the final answer will be the same. It's going to be the same line, right? Okay, so now what you're going to do here is you're gonna go ahead and everybody right here is you're gonna go ahead and graph that line right here. Graph y equals negative 3x plus 4. By getting a couple of points, right? We don't need 10 points, just a couple of points. And then every time you get a point, you're gonna put it right here. All right. I'm gonna give you like a couple of minutes, everybody, you know, try to get good couples, please. Do not rush, don't do calculation mistakes. All right. Can somebody give me 1 point they got? Are we gonna check together if it is a good point or not?
I got
Go ahead.
1, 1.
You said 1, 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, so which one you chose? You chose first. You chose the x first.
Yes.
You see 1 for x right here.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. 1, 1 is a good point right here. 1 for x. You get y equal negative 3 times 1 plus 4. You do the math and you get negative 3 plus 4 is 1. You see 1, 1. 1, 1 is a good point, and is also an easy point. Okay. So we get 1, 1. one here, and one here. Somebody else, can they give me another point?
I got 0, 4.
0, 4, thank you very much. You see, that is an excellent choice of X. Because we did this whole example we did here, we chose 1 here for X, we chose 2 for X, and we forgot 0. What is the easiest number ever? The easiest number ever is 0, right? 0 is a good choice. You see, because 0 want to make the calculations even easier. So don't go past 0, right? So thank you very much for that choice. X equals 0 here. We get Y equal what? -3 times 0 plus 4, which is 4. If you get some other points, do not scratch them. Somebody can get another point. Matter of fact, they can get 2 different points, but the answer will be the same. For instance, can somebody else give me another point? They got, which is,
Negative
ahead.
1, 7.
-1, 7. Thank you very much. You see, that is a good point. I agree with you. Okay, etc., etc. So we have 0, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now, all of you agree that 0, 4 will be this point right here? All of you agree with that? 0, 4, because X is 0, there is no going right or left. And the Y is 4, we go up 4, right? So these are my 2 points now. You see, if I put -1, 7, it's going to be the same thing. This is -1 right here. And 7 is 5, 6, 7. It's going to be somewhere here, you see? It's going to be the same line. They're going to be all aligned, right? Okay. All right. So if you have something similar to this, and you got it from different points, it's still okay. Your answer is good, okay? So now, I'm going to give you this one now. All right, you see here? Okay, somebody real quick. What makes this equation, at least in the form, what makes this equation a little bit different from the two ones we've seen so far?
The variables
has
are
a
on one
Y.
side.
No variable is by itself here. But it's okay, we're gonna deal with it. Which means here, the choice, which variable to choose first. Do we have any priority here now? Since I don't have nobody by itself, there is no priority here. If you want to, you can choose X first. If you want to, you can choose Y first. You're gonna do the same job, right? It's gonna be the same amount of job you have to do. Everybody got my point?
Yes.
Because no variable is by itself, we don't have priority here. Which one to choose first? We don't have the priority. Basically, you're gonna do the same amount of job, whether you chose X first or whether you chose Y first, okay? Again, now you have, after this choice right here, now you have a good hint what type of choices you can do, what type of easy choices you can do, right? Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you like a couple of minutes try to choose that, please. Couple of points, everybody. you know, any choices, they have just to be good, you know. Now, remember, you are trying to plot your line. So whatever number you get, they have to be plottable, right? Which is a number that you can plot easily.
Trying to solve this, are we doing y at the same time x? Since
So-
the variables are not isolated.
Exactly. So even if they are not isolated, the good way always to come up with a couple is to set a value for one of them. You see, a value of your choice, to give you give that value to one of them, and then you solve for the other one.
Okay, thank you.
That's always going to be, if you wanna less trouble, you always choose a number in your head for one of them, and you set up. For instance, I give you an example. Let's say I'm gonna do. I said, you see, I said, that is me. That is me. I say, let me choose x equal x equal 4. That is my choice. Okay. And let me try to find y. Let me find y. Okay. You see, obviously, is 4 the best of the choices? No, you know, I don't want to take away your choices. I want you to come up with good choices, right? But okay, if I chose x equal 4, what I do? I put 4 here, right? I get 3 times 4 minus 2y equals 6. How much is 3 times 4? 12.
12.
12 minus 2y equals 6. Okay, now you are in already 2. We assume everybody in this room knows how to get y by itself, how to solve for y.
Yeah.
You see? Always, you know, math is always about prerequisites, right? You cannot do something until you know something else, you see? So if somebody has trouble getting y by itself, then okay, maybe they need some help, stuff like that, okay? Because this is about prerequisites. So now, what can we do? What is the first step we do to get y by itself? What we do to the 12?
You'd subtract 12 on both sides from
Thank
6.
you very much. We subtract 12 on both sides. What you get? We get negative 2y.
Negative 6.
Now what you do now is the very last step.
Divide negative 2.
Divide by negative 2, and we get y equal to what? 3.
3.
You see, so my point is x equal 4, y equal 3. But I want you to come up with the best choices for x and the best choices for y. Can somebody give me a point here? They got?
I got -2 and -6.
-2 and -6?
Mhm.
Okay, which one you chose first? The -2 or the -6?
I chose the -2 first.
You chose the -2 first. I agree with you. So -2 first. You see, I put here -2. What I do? I put this -2 for the x right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do 3 times -2 minus 2y is equal to +6, right?
Yes.
How much is 3 times -2?
-6.
-6.
We get -6 minus 2y is equal to +6.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you do to both sides now?
I added 6.
You added 6 to both sides, and you are correct. We add 6 to both sides, so we get negative 2y is equal to 12, right?
And then I
now-
divided by -2 for both
Yeah, by
sides.
-2, both sides, you get -6. Thank you very much. You got -2, -6. You see, that's a good point. All right. Can somebody give me another point which is way easier point than both? Both these of two.
I have 2 and 0.
You got 2 and 0. You see, I like to hear 0.
Yeah, 0
I
and 3.
like to hear 0 somewhere, either for X or either for Y, okay? We like to hear that. Don't forget the choices zeros because they make your life easier. You see, they make your calculations way easier than that. So for instance, if I choose Y equals 0, why not start with Y? If I choose Y equals 0, now I'm gonna go ahead and plug in 0 for Y. You see how easy to plug in 0? It will be 3x minus 2 times 0 is equal to 6, right?
Yeah.
That is gone. The 2 times 0 is gone, right? I got 3x equals 6. I divide by 3, I get x equal 2. See, 2, 0. What is another point that contains 0 also?
3.
Another point. What is the point? The whole point, he said. If I choose x equals 0 now, the
The
how much
Y would
Y?
be -3.
It's going to be -3, right? It's going to
Mhm.
be, you see, if I choose x equals 0 for the last one, I do 3 times 0, which is what?
Which is 0.
Is 0, right? Thank you very much. So I get 3 times 0, which is 0, minus 2y is equal to
6.
6.
0 is still gone. So now I have divided by -2, I get -3, right?
Mhm.
So please, can you mute yourself, please? If you have noise around you, you can mute yourself. So right here, so I have a lot of points. I just need 2 of them, right? Obviously, there is no bad point, good point. All of them here, they are plottable, right? None of them is outrageous, okay? All of these points, we can plot them easily. But we have a soft place in our heart for a couple of them. Which are they? We like
2 and
better
0.
a couple of them. Which are they, you think? What is your guess?
2 and 0 and 0 and -3.
Exactly. We have a soft spot for these two. And we're gonna see them next, okay? Because they have a 0 for X or a 0 for Y. They have names, you see? So here, I have 2, 0, which is this one. I have 0, -3, which is this one. I plot my line. Okay, this is the other point. We didn't represent them, but if you plot them, they're going to be straight on the point, on the line. 4, 3, for instance. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You see?
Mhm.
This is 4, 3. Okay. We have a preference for these 2 points because they have names. You see, this point is where the line crosses what axis?
X.
X-axis. What name we give it to it? We call it the x-intercept. The x-intercept, the name is very clear, is where the line crosses the x-axis. Okay. How much is a y at that point? At that particular point, how much is a y? The y is Isn't it 0?
0.
So that point, the y is 0, right? You see, the y is 0 right here. Okay. For any x-intercept, the y is equal to 0. That is a good thing to know. For any x-intercept, the y is equal to 0. Okay. For this one right here, obviously, how are we going to call this one then? Obviously, we're going to call it the y-intercept. For any y-intercept, the x is also equal to 0.
0.
Right? For the x-intercept, the y is equal to 0. For the y-intercept, the x is equal to 0. And that is very good now. This is what you're gonna practice now. Okay, so this is what you're gonna practice now. But let me define it first. If you have a particular point, a particular straight line, if this is my line right here, this point is called an x-intercept. Where the value of y is 0. Okay? For this one, that is called a y-intercept. The value of x is 0. Okay? So this will give us a hint how to find the x-intercept, how to find the y-intercept. Look at right here. To find the x-intercept, what you're going to do? You're going to set what equal to 0. You're going to set y equal to 0 and solve for x. If you want to find the y-intercept, it is a vice versa. Okay? To find y-intercept, you're going to set x equals 0 and solve for y. All right? So every time, most of time when we ask you to graph a point, a straight line, the easiest point, most of time, not every time, but most of time, the easiest point are the intercepts, most of time, right? So we're going to try to do that. So we're going to say graph for x minus 5y equal to 10 using the intercepts. Which means here, they are forcing your choices now. You see, now they are forcing your choices. They're not asking any 2 points. They're asking you about the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Okay, so here, what you're gonna do? We're gonna do x, y. For the x-intercept, which variable we set to 0 for the x-intercept?
X.
For the x-intercept, we set y equal to
0.
0.
y equal to 0 right here. And then we try to find x. Go ahead. Set y equal to 0 and find me x. Tell me how much is x.
Is it x is equal to 10 over 4?
Thank you very much. Everybody got the same value?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 over 4. What decimal, what decimal is that?
5 over 2.
2.5.
Multiply 0.
Exactly. So 10 over 4 is 2.20, is 5 over 2 is 2.5, right?
Yeah.
2.5. Everybody got 2.5?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you didn't get 2.5, please see what we do. For the x-intercept, we set y equals 0, right? Where are you going to put 0 for y? In the equation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, this 0 right here, you're going to go all the way to the equation, and you're going to put 0 here. Okay? What you get? You get what? 4 times x, this does not change, minus 5 times 0, equal to 10. How much is 5 times 0?
0.
0.
It's 0, it's gone. Now you have 4x equal 10. What to do to get x by itself?
10
Divide
over
by 4
5.
on both sides.
Divide by 4, right? We don't subtract, we divide by 4. So we divide by 4, so we get over 4, we get over 4, and then we are done. This is 10 over 4 right here. See, that is 10 over 4. So what is my x-intercept? My x-intercept is the point 10 over 4, comma 0, right? And 10 over 4 is 2.5. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 2.5. That is my x-intercept right here. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that again, I repeat again, if you want to find the x-intercept, you start always to put 0 at the place of y, right? Wherever y is in the equation, you put 0 there, and then you solve for x. Now the other way around now. Now we're trying to find the y-intercept. Now, which one we set to 0 now?
The x.
X.
The x. Now is the other way around. I put x equals 0, big 0 here. I'm going to try to find y.
Equals 2. -2.
You got it? Okay. Okay, let's give like 20 seconds for everybody to solve it. You set x equals 0, and then you try to find y by itself. All right.
Okay.
So everybody got -2 for y? Everybody got -2 for y? No?
Yes.
Not yet?
Yes.
So let's give it like more time a little bit. You get. I want everybody to get y. Okay. You substitute x with 0, and you try to solve for y. Okay. You see, we substitute x with 0 is 4 times 0 minus 5y is equal to 10. How much is 4 times 0?
0.
This is gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I have only -5y is equal to 10. I don't add 5 on both sides. I divide by -5, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We divide by -5 on both sides. We divide by -5, so we get y equal to what? -2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is 0, -2. So my y-intercept is a point 0, -2. That point is straight on the, it is straight on the y-axis, right?
Yes.
We go down -2 units, 1 unit, 2 units down. That is my y-intercept. My x-intercept, my y-intercept, I'm ready to connect them. This is what I do. I got this, right? So that is plotting using the x-intercept and using the y-intercept, okay? So let's see another example right there. Try to do it by yourself, please. I give you another line, right? Graph the line. Again, using the intercept. No other point is admissible. Only using the x-intercept and using the y-intercept. Again, let's start with the x-intercept. What value you give to y for the x-intercept?
0.
0.
Oh,
0. And then you try to get x by itself, right? Go ahead, put 0 wherever you see y, put 0 there. And then solve for x. I'm gonna give you like a couple of seconds. All right, so for the x-intercept, everybody did put 0 for y, right?
Yeah.
So you get 0. You see, I got y by itself. It's going to be 0 equal to what? 6x minus 3.
X minus 3.
Okay, now I have to do a couple of steps, right?
Yes.
What is the first step you see that you have to do? For instance,
Add 3 to both sides.
everybody agree with that? We add 3 on both sides.
Yes.
Okay. Before we do any division, we have to
Multiply.
the x term, you know, you have to add or subtract, right? We add 3 on both sides, okay? We add 3 here, we add 3 here.
Wow.
So these 2 cancel out. We get 3 is equal to 6x. Now, what is the very, very last step you have to do to get x by itself?
We already cooked it.
Divide by
Add
6.
6.
Divide by?
By 3.
6.
Do we divide by 3? Do we divide by 3 or do we divide by 6?
Divide by
6.
3.
6.
Divide by 6. Because you need the
Exactly.
X.
Always divide by the number next to the x. Okay? So we're going to divide by 6. Okay? We always divide by the number next to the x.
Okay.
Right? Always. You see, x is not free. You need to do something to free the x. The only thing to do to free the x is to get rid of the number which is next to the x, right? Since it is a multiplication, we're going to use a division, right? So we divide by 6 on both sides. So we do this. So we divide by 6, so we get x equal to what? 3 over 6, which is 0.5, right? That is my x-intercept right there.
Oh.
Okay, is 0.5 comma 0 right here. If I wanna plot that point, if I wanna put it on the system, the x is 0.5. This is 1. Where is 0.5? It's right on the middle, right?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead now for the y-intercept. Everybody, for the y-intercept, which variable you have to set to 0?
X.
The X.
X. Thank you. Go ahead, and then you try to find y. Well, try to do that.
Mhm.
Excuse me, I'm confused on the calculation that you just did.
Right here, right? Okay, go ahead. Okay, so the one, when we substituted y with 0, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now your goal is to get this one on one side and get the numbers on the other side, right?
Okay.
You see here what we did here? We chose to move the -3, to remove the -3 from the right side, okay? Which is okay. All right. If you have a -3, what is the way to cancel a -3? It to do what?
I'm confused because when the way I calculated it, I just forgot about the 0 because I didn't think it was necessary anymore. So I just started solving for x, and I just divided the 3 by added -6 to the -3, then divided the 6 by 6. So my answer was -11.
No. That is what you just told me. I'm sorry to tell you, what you just told me is not correct. You see, first of all, you don't discard the 0 on the left side. We have to have an equation. Okay? That is an equation right here. If you don't have two sides, you don't have no equation. Okay? So it is 0 equals 6x minus 3. Or maybe you are more used to see it this way, 6x minus 3 equals 0 maybe. Anyhow, whether you see it this way or the other way, it is the same thing. You cannot just forget about the 0. We cannot. You see, you have to have two sides, one side on the left, one side on the right, okay? Now, how to solve a linear equation? To solve a linear equation, before we do any division, we have to add the numbers. We have to add or subtract whatever necessary to do. You see, I want to get rid of this -3 right here. I want it to go away. What is one way to get to get rid of it? It to add the opposite, right? What is the opposite of -3?
+3.
+3. But if you do it on one side, you have to do it on the other side, right? Because it is an equation. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other side. Look at now. What is -3 plus 3?
0.
0.
They cancel out. You get 6x now. What is 0 plus 3?
3.
It's 3. Now you divide by 6. Now if you want to get rid of the x now, I mean the 6 now, you cannot subtract 6. You have to divide by 6. Because 6 is next to the x. 6 is multiplied by x, okay? If you want to cancel a multiplication, you have to do a division, okay? Now we divide by 6, and we divide by 6, so we get x equal to 3 over 6, which is 0.5. Okay, this is what I was saying. This is how to solve a linear equation, and here I'm talking to the whole class, okay? If you feel like you need to practice more how to solve a linear equation,
Yes.
I encourage you to do it early because this is a prerequisite, okay? And I also encourage you to come to my office hours, okay? If you feel like you need to practice more how to solve a linear equation, okay? I encourage you to come on my office hours. We're gonna practice that more together, okay? All right. For the y-intercept now, we want to set x equals 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did set x equals 0 here?
Yeah.
How
Yes.
much you got for y?
-3.
-3.
Negative, everybody got -3? You see,
Yes.
this
Yes.
one, the y-intercept was easier to find, right? Am I
Yes.
right? Because, you know, the y is already by itself. Basically, we don't solve nothing. We just put 0 there, right? So basically what we did here, you did y equal 6 times 0 minus 3, and this is 0, and what you got left, -3, right? So the y-intercept is 0, comma, -3, okay? It is 0, comma, -3, -1, -2, okay, -3, right? And here, got it. Okay. So if I go to the my open math, right? You know, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of you, you know, we're gonna maybe try to see how to plot one problem, maybe. You see. All right. So right here. Okay. So look right here. They gave you x values and they want you to find the y values, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave you x values and they want you to find the y values. This is one of my open math problems. So let me. All right, so let me do this screenshot like this. Okay. Everybody, go ahead. Try to find the y values real quick. They gave you x equal -1, and they want to find what is the corresponding y. X equals 0, what is the corresponding y? X equal 1, what is the corresponding y? Every time you're going to substitute that x you see here, you're going to substitute that x with -1, do the math, substitute 0, do the math, substitute 1, do the math. When x is equal to -1, how much you got for y?
2.
2.
Everybody got 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 right here. Because we get y equal -3 times -1 minus 1, that is 3 minus 1, which is 2, right? When x equals 0, how much we got for y?
-1. -1.
Thank you very much. So we got y equals -3 times 0 minus 1, which is -1. And when x is 1, how much is y?
-4.
-4. So y equal -3 times 1 minus 1, which is -4, right? Okay, now look at my open math. We want to do the point -1, 2. Let me go here. You see, I want to draw right? I do the point negative 1, 2. You see here, you see the cursor has changed because I clicked here. I clicked here on the box, right? I clicked here, this has changed. I want the point negative 1, 2, which is here, right? And the point 0 what? 0, negative 1, right? 0, negative 1 is this one, right? You see? You see here, my line is following me. When you click on the first one, your line is following you until you click on the second point, right? Don't rush on clicking. You have to get it right, okay? My second point is 0, negative 1, right? You see, I click here. That's it. My line is drawn. Okay. Again, what I did, look. Okay, let me pick the other point. 1, negative 4 and negative 1, 2. 1, negative 4. You see, first of all, what I do, I click on the box, right? Now I have a crayon, right? You see, my first is 1, negative 4. You see, my crayon here, I go to the point 1, negative 4, which is here. Isn't it here?
Yep.
I click here. Once I click it, my line is already ready to be drawn. I just need to click the second point, right? The second point is 1, negative 2, right? Or negative 1. What was that? The second point.
0, negative 1.
0, negative 1 is here, right? What I do? I click here. That's it. Okay. That was just to show you. Okay, so now to recapitulate how to get the x-intercept. We get the intercept. Yes, the class. That is a good question. How long is the classroom? Like 11 o'clock? It's not 11 o'clock.
I may need it that long.
10 to 12. Oh,
8:25, right? Okay, we're gonna take some break sometime. Okay, so because this is like okay, so if you need to, everybody, we're gonna take like about 10-minute break right now, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna take that about 10 minutes break. When we come back, we're gonna introduce what we call the slope of the line, and we're gonna see how to find the equation of a line. Okay, so let's go to 10 minutes break, everybody. Like we're gonna come back like 7:08.
Okay.
All right, I think it's been 10 minutes, so we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna go to our next.
I have a question, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through my open math, but I don't know how to access it. So that's why I can't be able to do the last week homework. But
Look right here. When you go to your Brightspace, right? You only go to your Brightspace. Wait, that. So you go to content. And you're gonna see how to no, it's not that. Yeah, right here. You see how to create your My Open Math account.
Okay.
You see, that is a document right there.
Okay.
So when you go to that document, it tells you, basically you go to my open math, ain't nothing, you know, nothing complicated about it. You go to my open math right here, so leave, which is that www.myopenmath, you know, .com, something like that, you see. You will go to my open math and you click on register as a new student right here.
Okay.
And now you fill up all your information, and these two are provided in the syllabus.
Okay.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
The course ID 121429. This is what you put here. 121429, right?
Okay.
And then the enrollment key, math 002 d2a. You put it right here, math 002 d2a, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
is the homework one due? Because I want
no, you still have time. You still have time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're gonna see now. We're gonna talk about the slope. What is the slope of a straight line? Okay, slope. This is 1.3. Okay, by the way, this this whole chapter is labeled as some type of review, okay? Of course, we are going over the material, but this is sometimes refreshing the memories, okay? All right, so what do we call the slope of a straight line? The slope of the straight line is, if you have a miles line here, is basically when you are navigating through the line, when you are navigating from this point, for instance, to this point, for instance, right? If you are doing this, the slope measures how much you traveled vertically, horizontally, versus how much you traveled vertically. It is a ratio. What is the ratio between how much you traveled horizontally versus how much you traveled vertically? This is what you call the slope, okay? It does measure the steepness of the line. How steep is the line, okay? So in our daily life, we always use the word slope, right? I mean, if you are driving and you come to a highway, which is, you know, very steep, they tell you what is a slope, okay? We always use a slope, but it is a, please, you can mute yourself, you know. So you can basically, you hear always about the slope. In our daily life, you always hear slope, 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 slope. But it is a very, very mathematical word. So if I go here, it tells me, you see, from this point to this point, if I go from this to this point, my altitude changed this far, this much. This distance is called the rise. Okay? And if I go from this point to this point, horizontally, I traveled this much. This distance is called the run. When you divide the rise by the run, you get what you call the slope. Okay? When you divide the rise by the run, we get what you call the slope. Okay? So this is the slope. M is equal to what? The rise divided by the run. Now, what is the rise? The rise is the change in y. The rise is the change in y. And what is the run? The run is the change in x. All right. So look, if my point is here, the point x1, y1, and this point is a point x2, y2. Okay. What was the initial y value? It was y1, right? What is the final y value? It is y2. What is the change in y? y2 minus y1, right? Is the last y minus the first y, is y2 minus y1. The last y minus the first y. What was the first x? x1. What is the last x?
X2.
What is the change in x then?
X1.
x2 minus x1. Okay, so the slope is also, m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If you give me 2 points, I can get you the slope real quick. That is the ratio. Okay, so let's maneuver that. Let's see what is the slope of passing through three, 7, and 5, 11. You see? Okay. If you want to be organized, label them x1, y1, x2, y2, okay? And we're gonna see which point we label which is not very important, right? As long as we are consistent, as long as we respect the order. If I do the first point, just to be consistent with what we wrote before, if I do this point is x1, y1, this one is x2, y2. What is my slope then? M is 11 minus what? 7, right?
7
over what?
over
5.
5 minus 3.
5 minus 3. Okay. And then I just do the math, okay? All right. So, and then you do the math. 11 minus 7 over 5 minus 3. 11 minus 7 is what?
4.
Is 4. 5 minus 3 is
2.
2. So the answer is 2. It means, what that means? It means if I am going along the line, for any 2 units, I go up, I go to the right only 1 unit. Okay?
What if you labeled your order pairs wrong? Does it matter which one goes first, the X1 or the Y1?
No, it does. That is a very good question. Let's see. Let's see if that changes any of the answer, the final answer. Let's see that. Let's see, for instance, here, if somebody, so
I already have I got -2/6 with, and reducing it gave me -1/3.
no. So if you have a different answer, it means something went wrong along the way.
Okay. Oh, you
when
know
it
what?
comes to the labeling,
You're right. It would be positive too. You're right.
yeah, exactly. So okay, but what you did actually, what you just told me is a very good question.
Okay,
Let's
so
say,
the order pairs is 3 and 7 and 5 and 1. I did Y1, X1 in my first order pair, and then in my second order pair, I did Y2, X2.
okay, you called three Y2, Y1.
Y1, yes.
No, three has to be called either X1 or X2. 3 is an X value.
Oh.
3 is always an X value. You see, now the question was, do we call them X1 or do we call them X2? That was my point. It really doesn't matter which X you call them, right? You see, as long as you see here, let's do this and see if you get the same answer. Let's do 511 first and do 37 next. Let's call 511, let's call 5X1 and 11XY1. Let's call 3X2 and 7Y2.
Okay.
Let's see if we get the same answer or not. So what's going to be my slope from here, from this labeling? My slope will be Y2 minus Y1. Who is Y2? 7, right? Minus 11, right? Over 3 minus 5, right?
3 minus 5.
It's going to be -4 over -2, which end up to be +2, right? Okay. So what point to write first does not absolutely matter at all. But the labeling, the first numbers are always labeled X's. The second numbers are always labeled Y's, right? Okay. The first numbers are labeled X's. The second numbers are labeled Y's. But which point to write first, which point to write second, it doesn't matter. We always get to the same answer at the end. Okay. And then what do we divide by what? What number, what should be on the numerator, the X's or the Y's?
The X.
Look at the numerator. What numbers are involved in the Y's? Okay, that is also a very common mistake. The Y's are on the numerator, the X's are on the denominator, right? Okay, the Y's are on the numerator and the X's are on the denominator. All right, so now let me give you another couple. What is the slope here? All right, go ahead, everybody. What is the slope of this line passing through these 2 points?
Is it 0?
You got 0?
I got -3.
Yeah, I don't think 0 is a good answer. So you have to watch out the mistakes.
I got -3.
You got -3, right? -6. Yeah, Yeah, do you got -3? Are you for sure? Isn't a fraction? Let's check that out. Who got something else? Not 0, not -3. Who got something else?
I got negative 1.5.
Negative 1.5. You see, that sounds a little, that sounds a little more plausible, right? Okay, let's do the math, right? Again, you see, again, you are free to label this one X1 and this one X2, right? You are free to label the other way around, Y1 here and Y2, okay? But don't let ourselves be prisoners of the labeling. If I can say it that way. The first one you said X1, you called X1, you could have called it X2. And the first one you called Y1, you could have called it Y2, okay? You could have inverted, okay? But, just to be consistent, let's do it this way. So M is going to be equal to what? M is going to be equal to Y2 minus Y1, -5 minus 1, right?
About right.
Over 2 minus -2.
Right.
And we just avoid mistakes, right?
Mhm.
What is -5 minus 1?
-6.
Is a -6.
Six.
Is -6, right?
Oh, -6, all right. -6.
Okay. And what is 2 minus -2?
4.
+4.
Right.
And now if if you can simplify, you get -3/2, right? It's -1.5, okay?
Yeah.
That is the slope. Okay, let me give you another one. All right. All right, so tell me, what is the slope on the, the one on the left? How much you got?
I got
0.
M equals to 0.
You got 0, right?
Yeah.
You got M equal to 0. So we got M equal to 8 minus 8. You see, this one Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1, which is 1 minus -4.
Right.
Which is 0 over 5, which is 0. So this slope, does it exist or not?
Okay.
It does exist, right?
It does exist on the
It
origin.
is just equal to 0. Okay, picture that line on in your mind. What type of line is it about? What line has no slope? I mean, the slope is 0.
A horizontal line.
A horizontal line. Thank you.
Mhm.
Horizontal line, the slope is 0, right? Because they don't go up, they don't go down, the slope is 0. Okay. Okay, this one right here. What you got? The one on the right.
0.
How much? You got 0 also?
Yes.
Yeah.
X1, Y1, let's check that out. X2, Y2. So we get M equals 0 minus 5 over 3 minus 3. Okay, which is negative 5 over 0. Now try your calculator, what you get? Let me try my calculator. See, if I share my calculator right here, if I do negative 5 divided by 0, what do you read?
Cannot be
Cannot
divided
divide by 0.
Exactly, that is undefined. Okay, so every time you have to divide by 0, it is undefined. Your answer must be undefined, right?
Oh.
Or does not exist. What type of line is that?
Particle.
Vertical line. Thank you. That is a vertical line. You see, vertical lines, it is so steep that we say it has no slope, okay? It is so steep that we have to say this line has no slope. Okay, so now, how about if we can read the slope from, let's try to read the slope from the graph. Look at right here. The first one. Let's try to read the slope together. I mean, let me do this. So let me try. Let me do this. All right, and then let me take a screenshot of this. All right, and let's try to read the slope together. Remember, the slope is the rise divided by the run, right?
Mhm.
The rise is how we go up or down. If you go up, we count the rise positive. If you go down, we count the rise negative. The run is right or left. If you go to the right, the run is positive. If you go to the left, the run is negative. Okay? Now look, imagine you are traveling from this point on to this point, right? What is one way to go from this point to this point? One way to go from this point is to do this, right?
It's the rise.
To rise. How much we have to rise then?
2.
5.
Oh, 5. 5, you're right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5 or
6? 6.
6. So we went up, right? We went up 6. And then we have to go what? To go to the point?
4 right.
4 to the right. So what is the slope then? M is going to be
equals
the rise, which is 6 over
4.
1. Okay.
Do you want us to reduce it when it's at that point or no? Leave it
Yeah, I
alone?
mean, you can reduce it. Yeah, I would appreciate that. It's 3/2, right? Okay. So is this the only way to go from one point to the other one? Can we get another way and still get the same answer? What is the other way?
You can go.
You see, you can go from this point right here. This point can be the first one. If I go from this point, and how much I go down?
6.
I go down 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the rise then?
-6.
Negative 6, right?
6.
But then I have to go what? Right or left?
Left.
I have to go left 4, right?
So +4.
No, -4.
Negative
Which is
4.
negative 4, right? What is negative 6 divided by negative 4? The same answer, 3/2, right?
Oh, cool.
Which point, what is my point here? My point here, it does not matter which point you go from and which point you arrive. Okay, it doesn't matter. You still get the same answer at the end. All right. So let me give you another one here, and then you try to tell me what is the rise and what is the slope. So all right. All right, so how much is the slope for this one?
5/1.
5/1. Thank you very much. 5/1. The slope is 5/1, right? So M is
Yeah, 5/1.
5/1, which is 5.
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right, so and then you see that one right here is the number 3. Can you tell me what is the slope of the number 3?
Is it undefined?
Exactly. Undefined. That is a vertical line, right? What is the slope of the number 4?
0. Wait.
Okay. I'm lost.
1.
You lost.
-2 and 1.
Where you lost?
Negative.
Baby.
Yeah.
So the number 4. You said how much is the rise?
1.
1.
1, right? Okay, we can say the rise is 1, right? The number 4 right here is this one here. The rise is 1.
Give me.
If the rise is 1, how much is the run then?
1.
Is it
2.
only 1?
1.5. 2?
Negative
Two to the,
Oh,
two to the
negative.
left, which is negative.
Negative.
Yeah.
-2.
Negative 2.
Negative
You
2.
see, we go up here. If you follow my cursor, you go up 1, which is rise is 1, and you go left 2, which is the run is negative 2, right?
Right.
Is 1/-2, okay? Which is negative 1/2. All right.
I feel like what's throwing me off is it's in the negative category. Like your rise is in the negative, and so is your
Yeah,
run.
okay, I see. But what's going to make it a positive or negative is the direction you are moving to. If you're moving up, doesn't matter the quadrant you are in. If you're moving up, it's going to be positive always, right?
Okay.
If you're moving down, it's going to be negative. If you're moving to the right, the run is positive.
Okay.
If you're moving to the left, the run is negative, right? Okay. So this is how we basically.
Wait, I'm sorry. So number 4 is
Go ahead.
negative, right?
Yeah, the number 4, the slope is 1/-2, which is negative 1/2, right? Okay.
Got it.
So, but what you're going to see rather is after this introduction of the slope, we're going to see how to find what we call the slope intercept form, right? What is the slope intercept form of the equation? So either, so let's see. What is the slope intercept form of an equation? Okay, so we're going to learn that now. Slope that okay. Okay, so you see, each line has what we call an equation. The equation is of the line is the equation that links together the x and the y. Okay, if you go back to our very first right here, all these we use here, when we say graph this is an equation of this line right here. It is the equation that hold together the x and the y, and that define the line you have, okay? Each line has an equation, right? Each line, every single line has an equation. Now that equation can appear in a lot of forms, right? You can agree with me. This form right here that you see here is kind of different from this one, right? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Do you agree these two forms are not the same? What is the main difference between this form and this one? See, this one and this one. What is the main difference? This one, the y is by itself. By itself. This one, nobody is by itself, right?
Right.
This one, where the y is by itself, has a name, okay? That form has a name. It is what we call the y-intercept form. I mean the slope intercept form, okay? This one right here that you see here, where the variable y is by itself, is called the slope intercept form. Now let's go back to this one right here. Okay, we graphed this ourselves, right? So we can be proud of that. Okay, we graphed this ourselves. Look at right here. From this one, even if my graphing was not perfect, what is the slope here? Let's look at the line. What is the slope? We go left one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up 3.
And how much we gonna up?
4, 3, 4.
Three.
You go up 3, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So what is the rise?
3 over 1.
3 over 1.
What the rise is 3, and the run is 1 or negative 1?
-1.
We went left, right? Remember, we went left, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
negative. Okay.
It's
Oh,
negative
okay.
1, right?
Oh.
Oh, okay. I see now.
We went left. You see, that is my departure. That is my arrival, right?
Right. Right.
I went left 1, which is the run is negative 1, right? And I went up 3, which is the rise is, say, negative 1 and then 3, so 3 over negative 1, right? Which is negative 3. Now look at the equation. Do you see negative 3 somewhere in the equation?
Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
see negative 3 somewhere? Where do you see negative 3?
Next to the X.
Exactly. You see, when, every time you have the y by itself, the number next to the x is actually the slope.
Huh.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Every time, but only when the y is by itself. Only when y is by itself, right? When y is by itself, the number next to the x is actually the slope, right? Now let's see where we DVC this 4 right here. Look at the y-intercept. How much is y-intercept?
Y is
It's not 4 right here. Isn't it 4?
well,
Yes.
It's 4, right? You see, it's the same 4 here.
oh,
Okay. Every time you have the y by itself, the equation will feature the slope and the y-intercept.
When it's by itself,
Okay, but only when the y is by itself.
when the Y.
Let's go here. Do I have the y by itself?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because of that, how much is the slope? What do you think?
2.
Two.
The slope is 2, right?
Yeah.
How much is the y-intercept?
-3.
-3. Thank you very much, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, if you come back, that was the introduction. So if we come back right here, the slope intercept form, when we say is y equal mx plus b, that is what we call the slope intercept form. And every time we have that, the slope is m
Slope is M.
and the y-intercept is b. Okay? Every time. Slope is m and the y-intercept is b. All right? So I'm going to give you like 2, 3 of them. Are you going to tell me what is the slope, what is y-intercept? So if you say, all right. For these 3, what is the slope and what is the y-intercept?
Slope is 5.
Yeah, slope is
For
5.
the first one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Slope is 5. How much is y-intercept?
2.
2.
2.
Or you can write 0, 2, right? For the second one, the slope is how much?
-3/7.
-3/7, thank you. And the y-intercept is
-6.
-6.
-6, right? Or you can write 0, -6. And the last one here, how much is the slope?
At 8.
8, right? And
And
how much
then-
is the y-intercept?
0.
0.
0, right?
Yeah.
Or you can write 0, 0. And for the last one here, y equal x. What is the slope you think? And what is the y-intercept?
X,
0. 0.
the M,
Or
the
0.
The m is how much you think?
X.
1.
1.
The 1 is the invisible one, right? The number
Oh,
that
yeah.
is in front of the one that we don't write, okay?
Mhm.
That is the invisible one.
Mhm.
And the b is also the invisible 0, right?
Mhm. Ah,
Okay. So now, this is how we read the equation, right? This is how we read the equation. So now what we're going to try to learn now is how to find the equation, not how to read it, but how to find it first, in the first place. Okay, this is what you're going to try to practice now. See, again, if you feel like, you have some noise going on, you can mute yourself. please. So, all right, so now how to find, so we ask you, find an equation, the slope intercept form of an equation of the line of the equation of the line of slope equal 5 passing through, and no, you see, we're going to do it like increment, difficulty by difficulty, right? And y-intercept equal 9. This is the easiest question ever in math, right? What's your answer? Was this one?
Y equals 5x plus 9.
Thank you very much, right? You see here, look at the data right here. Look at the data. Do we know the slope?
5,
Do you know the y-intercept?
9.
You see, 5 represents M, right?
Uh-huh.
Y-intercept represents B, right?
Uh-huh.
You see, 9 represents B. So this one is y equal 5x plus 9. That's it. Y equal 5x plus 9.
Okay.
But you can guess, is that the type of stuff you're going to see on the test?
Uh-huh. Yes.
I mean, let's
Yeah.
hope. Let's hope it's going to be all about something like that. You see here, there is nothing to do because I know the slope, I know the y-intercept, right? There's absolutely nothing to do but to write the equation. But what is the more standard problem you're going to see very likely on the test? You want to say the slope is 3 passing through the point 1, 6. You see now, you don't have the y-intercept now. Basically, look at the data. Between the M and the B, you see here, we're looking for the M and the B, right? My answer will be in this form. My answer will be y equals mx plus b. That's going to be my answer, right? Do I know M? Do I know M here?
Yes.
Yes.
How much is M?
3.
Do I know B yet?
No.
No.
We don't
The
know B
0.
yet. We don't know it yet, right? You see, we have to do some math to find B. But I know M is 3. Okay, so I'm going to write y equal 3x plus b.
Okay.
I don't know b. What's gonna help me find b?
The 9 and a 6.
The point 1, 6.
1, 6.
Because my point tells me when x is 1, how much is y?
1.
X is 1.
When x is 1, y is 6, right?
6, yeah.
You see? So I'm going to take that point, I'm going to substitute that point for the x and the y in the equation. This allows me to find b. Okay? This is the first step. The first step, we write this. And the next what we do? Next what we do is substitute the point 1, 6 in the equation and solve for b. All right. X is what?
One,
X, this is a Y, right? So I'm gonna put 6, right? Equals to 3 times what?
1,
Plus what?
B.
Plus B. Everybody see that what we did? I replaced in the equation y equal 3x plus b, I replace x with 1, I replace y with 6, right?
Oh, okay.
All right, and now I get 6 equal to 3 plus b, because 3 times 1 is what? Is 3.
3. Mhm.
What is the last stuff I have to do to get b by itself?
Minus 3.
Subtract 3.
Subtract 3, so I get b equal to 3.
Yes.
So I get what? My final answer is y equal 3x plus 3. All right. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals 3x plus 3. Do you see the 2 steps? If I am given the slope, I put y equal mx plus b with the slope I am given, right? And then I'm going to always use that point, that random point I was given. I'm going to use it to find the b, okay? So now we're going to say slope. Try to do that by yourself, please.
Can you slide up for a second? I missed the point of the last one for a second.
Yeah, right here.
Thank you.
You see, the session
Thank
is
you, you're good.
recorded. The session is recorded, so maybe not tomorrow, maybe not today, but you know, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna post it on my. I've created a YouTube channel to post, you know, my recorded sessions for all my classes. I'm gonna put the link on Brightspace, okay? So when you click on the link, it's gonna give you to the YouTube channel where you're gonna, you know, if you want to go over it again, you know, that is a long session, but it's going to be so passing through. The point. Go ahead, everybody. What is the equation of that line? Please. So I'm going to call the names for today. Okay, if I pronounce your name wrong, you can correct me. So I'm going to take the attendance. Chantas, Alan, are you here?
Who is it?
Yeah, Chantas. Yeah.
Oh.
Last name Allen. No? Okay. Finn? Sin? Last name Batres Morales? No? Princess?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Amanda?
Here.
Sarah?
Here.
Sandra?
Here.
Aisha?
Aisha, here.
Aisha. Max? Brandy?
Here.
Here. Did you say Randy or Brandy?
No, Brandy. Yeah, it's Brandy. Okay. So Max, you said here, right? Max Costa. Okay, Randy. Ngozi,
Yeah.
El Said,
Here.
Mariah,
Here.
Catherine,
Here.
Danielle,
Here.
Jordan,
Here.
Levion, Levion, Rose, Rose, Jackie,
Here.
Gabrielle,
Here.
Ali,
Here.
Deborah,
Here.
Shaina,
Shayna, here.
Shayna, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
Randy, Randy.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
here.
Okay, so if you haven't heard your name, okay, this was painted like, maybe a week ago. You can write your name here on the chat, to me, not to everyone. You can write to me, and then I will add you, okay?
I don't know. My connection was glitching, so I couldn't hear the first half. I don't know if you said my name, Kayla Roberts.
Kayla Roberts. Okay, so your name is not in my okay, mine also is an older roster, so say Robert, Kayla, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So, all right.
I just sent you a message.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm reading it right now. Thank you very much. All right. So, okay, who got the right answer?
I got
Okay,
3.
go ahead.
3.
3.
I have 3 too.
You got what? Y equal what? What is
Y
your
equals
answer? You know,
Y
Y
equals -4 times 2.
Yeah, that these are the calculations. I mean, what is your final answer that you're going to give?
It was
Y equals -4x plus 3.
X plus 3. Yeah.
Plus 3. Okay, let's check that final answer. Okay. You see, the final answer must look like this. Okay. And now we go to the steps. We say, what are the steps now? We say y equals -4x plus b, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to use the point 2, -5, where the 2 is an x and the -5 is a b, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to put here 2 here, and we're going to put here -5. We're going to be -5 is -4 times 2 plus b.
Okay, yeah, that's what I got. Okay.
This is what you got?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we have to solve for b, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we say -5 is -8 plus b.
Plus b.
And then we have to
right?
add 8 on both sides.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We get b equal to +3.
3.
You see?
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, yeah, that's what okay, cool.
And now you go this, you write this. Thank you. Okay, so
So -8 plus -5 plus 8.
-5 is, I mean, your answer, you see, do not confuse the final answer and the steps. In the final answer, your final answer should look like y equals -4x plus 3. Okay? That your final answer should look like this. Oh, all right, so now if you do some type of variation of this, are you going to see what I'm talking about? Now the line through what is different from this one? Can you tell me?
Yes, two numbers.
You have two order pairs.
Okay, what is missing? That was not missing.
The Y is
The Y.
the slope.
The slope.
The slope. Thank you very much. The two first example we did, what was given in a silver plate? The slope, right?
Oh.
You see the slope here, right? This one, the slope is not given yet. But
yeah,
is that a big problem if the slope is not given, but we still have 2 points? Is that a really big problem?
No.
No.
Not, right?
Right.
Because guess what? We know how to find the slope, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to find the slope.
All right.
We cannot go around that. We cannot go around that. But first here, we have to find the slope.
got 2/5.
First, we have to find the slope.
3/2.
You got 3/2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I got 2/5.
You got 2/5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, exactly. So tell me, what did you do, the steps you did?
So I
we can-
ordered it, and I feel like I'm probably making the error in my ordered pair. So
Okay.
2 is X1,
Yes,
5 is Y1,
yes,
4 is X2,
yes.
8 is Y2.
That is absolutely correct. Now what you did now?
So I have 4 minus 2 gives me 2.
Yeah, where are you going to put it? At the top or at the bottom? The 4 minus 2.
The 4 on the top.
No, you see the 4 minus 2 should be at the bottom.
So the X's should be on the bottom and the Y should be on the top.
Exactly.
Okay.
The Y's should be on the top. The X's should be on the bottom.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Will be
That
8
helps. X on the
8
bottom.
minus 5 and then 4 minus 2.
Okay.
All right. Which is 3/2.
Okay. 3/2. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That helps.
Yep. So now that we have the slope, now we have exactly the information we need. We have the slope and we have at least 1 point, right? Don't we?
Yep.
Now we're going to go ahead and do what we did previously. We're going to write y equal mx. Who is m now?
3/2.
3/2.
3/2 is going to be 3/2x plus b. But we don't know the b yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? And one of the points will help us to find the b. Okay? One of the points, does it matter which one you're going to use? It does not. We're just going to go with the one which seems to be the easiest, right? The 0.25 and the 0.48, who is the nicest point? Or are they about the same? Who is the nicest here? You see, I write what? I write second now. I write y equals 3/2x plus b. Now we're going to substitute either one of the points. It does not matter. We're going to substitute either one of the points in the equation to find the b. It does not matter. All right, go ahead. Substitute either of the point. Substitute either one of the points.
Excuse me.
To find B.
Ready for the answer?
All right, okay, so we can ready for the answer. So what is the final answer, sir? Tell me.
0.5
Uh-huh.
is equal to B.
Okay, you got B equal 0.5?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody else got the same answer?
Oh, I'm way off.
Yeah, I'm lost.
I'm way off.
I'm so lost.
You are way off. Okay, is that because of the fraction?
Oh.
Oh boy.
You see, the fraction here. Okay, so we're gonna use either one of the points to get the B, right? Okay, which point you went with? The 2.5 or the 4.8? Which one you like? Which one you like better?
2.5.
Great.
Or it doesn't matter at all. But if you go 4.8, there is a slight reason why we lean toward 4.8. There's a like small reason because we're dividing by 2 here, right? If you use 4 and 8, both of them are even. Okay, so that helps. So let's use 4.8.
Okay.
How much is Y?
8.
8. We get 8 equal 3 over 2. How much is X?
4
4 plus B.
plus B, right? Okay.
Now here we have to play correctly with the fractions. What is 3 over 2 times 4? What is 3 times 4?
12 over 2.
12.
12. What is 12 over 2?
6.
6. You see? You got 8 is equal to 6
Plus B.
plus B. Now what you do to get the 6 by itself? I mean the B by itself.
Minus 6.
Subtract 6.
Yeah, you get B equal to what? 2.
Negative 2.
Actually,
Okay,
it's not 0.5, is 2, right?
Yeah, that's what I got too.
This is what you got?
That's
Okay.
what I got too.
That's
Yeah,
what I
that's what I was like.
Yeah, so your answers was right, you see. So does it matter if you have used the other one? We're gonna see it in a second, but my final answer here is Y equal 3 over 2x, Y equal 3 over 2x plus 2. Okay, let's see the other point, 2, 5. If you have used the other point.
Oh, no.
You got Y equal 3 over 2x plus B. Now let's substitute. How much is a y? 5, right?
5.
5.
Mhm.
How much is x?
2.
2.
2 plus b. Now look now, just we pay attention to avoid mistakes here.
Oh, the 2's cancel each other.
Exactly.
Okay.
How much we have left?
3.
3. So you get 5 equal 3 plus b. Now subtract 3 on both sides. What you get?
2.
Go.
But b equal 2, right? You see, same thing.
Oh, okay.
Same answer, right? All right, so that is how we get the slope intercept form of the equation of the line. When you come back next week, we're going to close this chapter by doing the slope point form, what we call the slope point form. Meanwhile, everybody, I urge you to practice, right? Don't let it cool down, right? Okay. So we have to practice. We have a lot of stuff, lots and lots and lots of problems right here. See, and also on my open math also. Okay. So when you come back, probably we're gonna see. Probably we're gonna do one of these word problems that everybody hates, right? We're gonna do one of them, right? Because we have to do some practice problems. If you go to my open math, we might have some of them. If you go to my open math here, we might have some of them. So 082 right here, if you go this, so we have right, if you have slope intercept form, if you go this, I don't know if you have some you see, we have some word problems, right? When we come back, we're going to practice like some of these, okay? Before we do the last one, the very, very last section, here is going to be 1.5, I mean, or 1.5, which is what we call the slope point form. What we did today was the slope intercept form. So we're going to see a more general case, which is a slope point form. And then we're going to practice some of these right there that you see. So do you see them? No, nobody is seeing them.
No, what are we looking
Yeah,
at?
right here,
Oh,
right
there
here,
you
right
go.
here. Okay, now you are looking at it. My open math. You see, these are in my open math. We're going to do some of them just to show you. You see, you can have a word problem, but it does not mean it is hard math, right? Students, a lot of students, when they see word problems, they assume this is very hard. No.
Yes, that's me.
No, it's not. Basically, the word problems, if you go beyond the wording, I mean, the math behind it are like some very easy math. Okay? Even sometimes easier than what you think. Okay. So, in math, we always have to apply math. If you don't apply math, it becomes something very, very abstract. Okay. We have to apply math. We have to give some real world problems when we talk about math, okay? And that is what we're going to do next week. But meanwhile, you have my, you know how to reach me. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, okay? You have my office hours also. If you need help, do not hesitate, right? So, like I said, the first, since we were a little bit disrupted our first week, for the quiz number 1, your class, we see each other once a week, right? The next time we're going to see each other on the 15th, okay? If I don't set up the quiz on the 15th, I'm going to set it up on the 16th or something like that. Give you like 1 day, couple of days to complete that. Meanwhile, watch out, bright space. I will post a practice quiz. The practice quiz, again, what is the goal? You will not see no math in it. For instance, I will tell you, write your name, okay? So basically, you're gonna see, write your name. You're gonna write your name on a paper. Probably, maybe like write a joke in there, something like that. Okay, and then you're gonna see how to take a picture or how to scan your paper, and then get a PDF file, and then submit that on Blackboard. On Brightspace. Okay, that's what you're trying to learn next time. Okay. All right, guys. It was nice to see the class for today. Do you have any questions about today?
No.
All right.
No.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good
Thank
week.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Do not let
Thank
do not
you.
let the mass, don't let the mass sleep, okay? You have to wake them up a little bit, okay? Have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night.